Right, listen up. Today we're not just cooking. We are creating something truly special, something that sings of the wind, the rain, and the rich soil of Scotland. This isn't just another dinner. It's a journey. We're talking about a dish that will absolutely blow your mind, a plate built with passion, precision, and the finest ingredients this incredible country has to offer. On the plate we have a hero, a stunning piece of East Lothian beef, slow braised until it melts in your mouth. This isn't your average supermarket steak, you donut. This is beef with a story, with a heritage raised on the green pastures of one of Scotland's most beautiful regions. We're pairing that magnificent beef with a braised truffle barley. Yes, you heard me, truffle. That earthy, luxurious, intoxicating aroma infused into wholesome Scottish barley, cooked slowly until each grain is tender and bursting with flavor. Alongside that, we have golden Scottish girolles, foraged from ancient woodlands, little nuggets of peppery, apricot-scented brilliance. They are the jewels of the forest, and they will bring a texture and taste that is simply out of this world. And what holds this all together? A perfect, silky smooth mashed potato. Don't you dare think of lumpy, watery mash. I want a potato puree so smooth, so buttery, it's like a velvet blanket on the tongue. Right, let's cook. The first and most important step is searing the beef. Do not skip this, do not be lazy. Get a heavy-based pan, nice and hot. Hot, you hear me? Not warm. Hot. Season the beef generously with salt and freshly cracked black pepper. Don't be shy with it. Now place the beef in the pan. You should hear a loud, aggressive sizzle. That is the sound of flavor being created. That is the Maillard reaction. It's the beautiful golden brown crust that forms on the meat. Now into that same pan, toss in your mirepoix. That's just a fancy word for roughly chopped onions, carrots, and celery. We're using a good splash of red wine. Pour it in and use a wooden spoon to scrape every last bit of that flavor off the bottom. Bring it to a gentle simmer, put a lid on it, and place it in a low oven. Now walk away. Patience. While the beef is having its long, slow bath in the oven, we turn our attention to the barley. Think of it like a risotto. Start by gently sweating some finely chopped shallots until they are soft and translucent. Halfway through cooking, this is where the magic happens. We add the truffle. The moment it hits the heat, the entire kitchen will explode with that intoxicating, earthy, musky scent. Now for the girolles. These delicate mushrooms need very little work. The key is a hot pan and a quick cook. Melt a generous knob of butter until it foams. Add the girolles and saute them quickly until they are golden. Season them with salt, pepper, and fresh parsley. That's it. Perfection. Listen to me. There's nothing more depressing than a bad mashed potato. It can ruin an entire dish. We are aiming for a puree that is silky, smooth, and ridiculously creamy. First, the potatoes. Use the right variety. Something fluffy and starchy like a Maris Piper or a King Edward is perfect. Place the potatoes in a pot of cold, salted water. Starting them in cold water ensures they cook through evenly. A knife should slide into a piece with absolutely no resistance. It should feel like cutting through soft butter. You need a potato ricer or a food mill. Do not, I repeat, do not use a food processor or a blender. Push the warm, steamed potatoes through the ricer. It creates fine, fluffy strands of potato, completely lump-free. Gently beat in generous knobs of cold butter. Then slowly pour in hot cream, beating until you reach perfect consistency. It should be smooth as silk, rich with butter, and perfectly seasoned. The moment of truth has arrived. The beef has been braising for hours. The beef should be incredibly tender, falling apart at the gentle touch of a fork. The color is deep and dark, and the meat is glistening. The cooking liquid has reduced and concentrated into a glorious, flavor-packed sauce. Now we assemble the plate. Think like an artist. Place a generous spoonful of that silky, creamy mashed potato in the center and create a beautiful, smooth bed. This is the foundation. Spoon the truffle barley alongside the mash. Place the braised beef gently on top. Then spoon that incredible glossy sauce over and around the beef. Carefully arrange the golden girolles around the beef and barley. Garnish with fresh chives. Stand back and look at what you've created. It's a masterpiece. This is the moment, the culmination of all that effort, all that care. Take your fork and gently press it into the beef. It should yield with no resistance, falling apart into tender strands. Get a little bit of everything on the fork: succulent beef, creamy mash, truffle barley, and one of those golden girolles. Bring it to your mouth. Close your eyes. This is not just eating. This is an experience. First, you get the beef. It's incredibly rich and savory with a deep, almost sweet flavor that melts on your tongue. Then the creamy mash comes through, so smooth and buttery. Then the truffle barley hits you. That unmistakable earthy, musky aroma fills your senses, followed by the satisfying, nutty chew of the barley grains. And just as you're savoring that, you get the pop of the girole mushroom. Each element works in perfect harmony. It's a symphony of flavors, bloody delicious. So there you have it, a dish that is born from the heart of Scotland. This isn't just a recipe, it's a celebration. It's a testament to the incredible quality of the produce that this country has to offer. It's about finding the best possible ingredients and treating them with the respect they deserve. When you use ingredients like East Lothian beef, you are buying into a story of heritage, of farmers who care deeply about their land and their animals. This dish represents everything I love about food. It takes humble ingredients and through patience and proper technique elevates them into something truly extraordinary. It's the kind of food that brings people together around a table. It's not just fuel, it's emotion on a plate. Seek out these ingredients. Talk to your butcher, your greengrocer. Take the time to cook with passion and with care. Because when you do, you're not just making dinner. You're creating something meaningful. You're telling a story. And believe me, a story that tastes this bloody good is a story worth telling. Now get in the kitchen and cook. Don't disappoint me.